Guys, I just wanted to send out a quick video about Cyrano, the pages that you were to have read for today. You should have read pages 351 to 360. And so let me just summarize a few things that happened in these pages for you. I told you that at the beginning of Act 1, everybody was meeting together to watch a play. And this play was taking place in the theater of the hotel. So all these people are coming in, they're getting ready for the play. And we mentioned that Cyrano is there as well, but he's kind of hiding in the crowd. Nobody knows that he's there, but he's there because he hates Montfleury, which is the main actor that's going to be in the play, that he's warned him not to come out on stage again for 3 weeks, or he was going to stop any performance that he did. But Montfleury just ignored what he said, and so the play goes on. So at the beginning, you have the different people coming in. You have the pages, which are young boys, and they were getting ready to play some tricks. If you notice on page 352, when the porter says to them, you pages, they are no nonsense. In other words, don't be messing around, don't be playing your tricks. And the pages are playing innocent, like, oh, how could you imagine that we would do anything? But then the one asks the other, do you have a bit of string? And then the other page says, let's go up in the gallery and fish for wigs. So what they would do is these young boys, they would go up in the gallery. And remember, during this time period, the nobility would wear wigs. And so these boys would go up in the gallery and they would make like these kind of makeshift fishing poles with string and a hook. And they would they would go up on the balcony and they would fish for wigs, and they would try to grab somebody's wig and then pull it off their head and just make mischief and make trouble like that. And so that's what that exchange was about. That's what they were doing. Well, the people are coming in. Then we have the marquis coming in, which are the important people in that time. And then we have the orange girl who is trying to sell. She's saying oranges, milk, raspberry syrup. She's that would be like our modern day concession stand. Is this girl trying to sell different things for people if they wanted something to eat, if they wanted a snack while they were watching the play? And so then we have the lamp lighting, where remember this is before electricity, so they would lower down the chandelier and they would light the lamp, and then it would go back up. They would make it go back up, and then it would be lit. So they're getting ready to light everything. Then we have Lanier enter with Christian. Remember, Christian wants Lanier to introduce him to Roxanne, to tell him what Roxanne's name is, because Christian just knows there's this beautiful woman and he wants to know what her name is, who she is. And so Lanier and Christian are there together. And then Christian says on page 355, a little longer, she's always here. I have to find some way of meeting her. You know everybody in the whole town, so I want you you can tell me what her name is. Lanier, though, is getting bored, tired of this. He's like, I'm leaving. And Christiane says, no, wait, please stay. So he says, okay, I'll stay a little bit longer. Then we have Ragueneau comes in, and remember, he's like the pastry cook, the baker, and he's like, have you seen Cyrano? And they're like, no, we haven't seen him anywhere. We haven't seen him. Why would he be here? And Ragueneau says, because Montfleury, the actor, is playing, and you all know how he feels about Montfleury. He hates him so much that he's forbidden him to appear on the stage for 3 weeks. And so Ragueneau says, that's why I'm here, because Montfleury is playing, and I want to see what happens. I want to see what Cyrano does to him. So that's what that conversation was about. And then on page 357, when Ragueneau gives like that little monologue there where he has several lines, he's talking about Cyrano, and he mentions his nose. Here's the first mention of Cyrano's nose. And he's telling the other people, it's like his nose, there is no nose like that nose. It's so big. He said, you can't look at it, except you look at it and say, that's exaggerated. That can't be real. It must be fake. He'll take it off. But it's not. It's actually his real nose, and he can't take it off. And Lanier says, yeah, that's true. He keeps it. It's his real nose, but he might kill the man who laughs at him. In other words, he's very, very sensitive about his nose. You don't mention his nose in front of Cyrano. He gets very upset, and he'll fight anybody who wants to make fun of it. All right, so then Christian sees Roxanne come in, and he says to Lanier, there she is, there she is, there she is. And who is her? What is her name? Or who is she? What is her name? And Lanier tells him why her name is Madeleine Robin, or she's called Roxanne, and that is Cyrano's cousin, and she's not married. And so Christian is staring at her, and then we see Comte de Guiche come in. Remember, he's the bad guy, but we found out that he also wants to marry Roxanne, but Roxanne has said no. But Comte de Guiche is a very powerful man. He's used to getting what he wants. So we'll have to wait and see kind of how that plays out. What happens there? Well, Christian is busy staring at Roxanne and how beautiful and lovely she is. A cut purse, it says in your script there, but what that means is like a pickpocket. Christian is so intent on looking at Roxanne that he doesn't even notice that this pickpocket has come along and is trying to steal something from Christian. And that's kind of where we left off on page 360 at the end of scene 2, where the crowd is saying, the play, the play, the play. They want the play to begin. So for tomorrow, you're going to read pages 360 to 369. So you're going to see what happens when Cyrano makes his presence known and what he does to Montfleury, who has decided that he's going to go ahead and try to go on with the play, but you'll see what Cyrano does to him. So 360 to 369, read that for tomorrow.